Welcome to the channel. My name's Idris. Hope you guys are doing great. In this video, we will be unboxing and reviewing the Apple iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. They've been saying that it's a real computer or a laptop replacement. Is that true? Let's find out. Let's unbox this. This channel is going to focus on tech that's going to make my life a little bit easier. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and comment. So as we unbox this iPad and the Apple Pencil, let's talk about a few things. So who is this iPad for? Why purchase this iPad? Since Apple first came out with this original iPad Pro, it has been saying that it can be your laptop replacement. iOS has had many applications that improve workflows such as Pages, Numbers, Keynote, and the applications that have been offered in Microsoft Office 360, such as Microsoft PowerPoint, Outlook, Excel, Word, OneNote, amongst others. But just because iOS has had these apps, did it enable the iPad, more specifically the previous iPad Pro, to have the power and the ease of convenience to be a real laptop replacement? Apple again thought so when it offered the Apple Pencil and its Smart Keyboard Folio that were advertised in its "What's a Computer" ad campaign. Which is weird, considering that Apple itself makes laptops and desktops which are quite capable, and which I myself use and think are pretty cool. The previous iPad was powerful, but this current version of the iPad Pro really legitimized itself. In addition to the sleek and appealing design, the iPad Pro offers incredible internal hardware that blow most laptops out the water. And with its new iPad OS, which is amazing and a far evolution from its original iOS software, I can say that it can be your laptop replacement and improve the ease of workflow. Now let's talk about the design. With the new simplified modern design, it's hard to deny how sleek, compact, and beautiful this iPad Pro looks. This iPad broke away from the fingerprint reader and the thick bezels it shared with previous iPhones. In doing so, it was finally doing its own thing, rather than sometimes being referred to as a large iPod Touch. Its modern look and design are something to continuously admire, as this looks and feels more premium than it's ever been. The seamless way it unlocks with your Face ID just makes you feel like this is an incredible premium product. Just the size of the lens of the rear camera makes you feel that it will be a camera capable of taking good pictures instead of just being there for the sake of having a rear camera. Additionally, it's great to see Apple moving in the right direction by including USB-C as a source of charging power. It feels like a world of relief knowing that I don't have to carry around multiple chargers and cables if I can just carry a single USB-C brick and a USB-C to USB-C cable. And although I did notice that the headphone jack is missing, there's always a dongle for that. You know that's how Apple does it. But real talk, I don't ever plug in a 3.5mm audio jack into the iPad anyways. It's usually AirPods or some other sort of Bluetooth audio alternative. But nowadays, USB-C adapters are inexpensive, including Apple's very own. I also love the way the aluminum design incorporates wireless charging for the Apple Pencil. The way the previous iPad charged when you had to plug it in directly into the lightning port of the iPad was way too weird and, of course, incredibly inconvenient. I also love the way the new Apple Pencil is capable of holding onto the iPad magnetically, which makes storage and the ease of keeping track of it much easier. Previously, I would have had to get a separate case to just hold the iPad Pencil because I was so afraid of it rolling over the table so often. Oh yeah, the redesign of the iPad or the Apple Pencil, it's incredible. It's much easier to hold as its design, at least on the outside, makes it feel like you're holding a real Ticonderoga. while taking advantage of incredible internals that give it a double tap feature. What is even more amazing is that the Apple Pencil already was an industry-leading 20 millisecond latency, which is down to only 9 milliseconds of latency. I'm glad to see that even though Apple were already an industry leader in this category, they were still being the industry leader. It's hard to stay on the top, so I commend them for putting in their all in trying to stay there. In terms of the actual iPad itself, it has a wonderful screen. Its screen is better than the previous generation iPad Pro and my Apple MacBook Pro 15-inch, all the way from 2016. The 120 FPS is something I can get used to having all the time across all devices. And although the iPad Pro starts at a premium price of $799 for the base 64GB model, in many ways, the screen and other features make it seem that it's worth the price. But is it worth the price to justifiably call it a computer or laptop replacement? One of the gateways that enable it to be called a laptop replacement is the USB-C port. The USB-C port has external storage support that works well to seamlessly connect external hard drives, flash drives, and dongles that will allow you to read from an SD card that could have many pictures which you took using your mirrorless or DSLR camera. This is a major plus, especially if you need to edit pictures right away. You can take advantage of the tremendous amount of editing software and applications available on the iPad through the App Store and get working right away. One of my favorite happens to be Procreate. Great app. Additionally, being able to transfer files from your storage onto the local drive on the iPad, it's a major plus, while also having the ability to connect to servers and transfer files between your iPad and the server. A mind-blowing feature that builds on that is the ability to transfer between multiple hard drives by having them both connected to your iPad Pro. How do you think this is done? Just use a dongle and split the USB-C drive and make it a hub. But the feature I love most about the iPad Pro and its new accompanying software is the ability to use split view and open multiple instances of the same software. Having this feature really makes it worth the price and moreover be called your computer or laptop replacement. I'm able to read a file from Microsoft Word or a PDF and have it as reference while writing an email while I'm referencing it. Previously, I remember having to multi-tap continuously on the home button dozens of times, switching between apps when trying to do the same thing. Additionally, I really love how I can automatically surf the web on the iPad using its amazing screen on desktop mode. I really dislike the automatic layout on many websites on the iPad, when websites kept automatically thinking that I was on a much smaller and less capable mobile device. Also, being able to open a file downloaded from a website or email and open that file using its proper software instead of having that file be view only, it's been a major relief. In terms of its keyboard, you have the option of using the great internal keyboard or even the minimized keyboard that has a great swiping function. Personally, if I were using this as a powerhouse word processing machine, I would stick a lovely mechanical keyboard or even the Apple Magic Keyboard. The one you see right here is a Quirky Writer S. I'll have a link for it in the description. Additionally, it is absolutely possible to finally pair the iPad Pro with a Bluetooth mouse. Although you will not see a mouse pointer, you can click on items on the screen. So what's the point? It just makes sense to pair it with a mouse if you're using an external keyboard. Instead of simulating a mouse pointer, the mouse simulates a finger. Additionally, if you're going all in and having a desk docking solution at home where could you be using a display, it's a little silly to keep using your finger as a touch input all the time. having a mouse helps in many ways. So the iPad is able to connect with a display and all the other connections that are input to that display, such as a mic, speakers, hard drive, and mouse. It can emulate almost everything that my MacBook Pro can when plugged into the same display using Thunderbolt 3/ the USB-C port. It's assuring to know that I can park my iPad Pro and have it stationary while using everything else. So right now, let's get into the verdict. I can honestly say that because of many of the features I just mentioned, the iPad Pro deserves a title of Pro because it eclipses everything the previous iPad Pro and other iPads were capable of. It's able to emulate and handle many of the features of a computer or laptop internally and externally through its powerful hardware. No longer is the performance of the iPad limited to the software that it previously shared with the iPhone, which was iOS. iPad OS really enabled its full potential to come out. And though I think Steve Jobs might be slightly mortified because he did not want the iPad replacing laptops, as he envisioned the iPad as a consumption device all on its own, different from your phone or laptop, the iPad has really evolved as an iPad and tablet far greater than we or him imagined. The incredible feature-proof design, powerful display, and USB-C powered capabilities along with its powerful quad stereo speakers make it a useful tool in anyone's home or backpack. It starts at 64 gigabytes and goes all the way up to 1 terabyte. I discourage going all the way up to 1 terabyte because of the price, but also because most of the time you're connected to a network and have the ease of cloud applications that will hold most of your documents or media. But more importantly, don't forget, it now has hardware device support. So if you need hard storage outside cloud storage, you can certainly use a USB-C drive or a USB-C enabled external hard drive. But in all honesty, is it your laptop replacement? Does that apply to everyone? I would say almost yes. It certainly is for most people's leisure and productivity needs. However, it's not a tool if you need specialty software, such as coding software. But wow, what a fantastic device. I can't wait to see the direction Apple heads with the newest iPad Pros in the future. I'm excited, and I think the rest of the world should be as well.
Get the camera.
We really like this iPad. Actually, we love it. We can't help put it down.